You are!
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh yeah!
Good morning and welcome to episode 1373 of Hard Factor. It is Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this pod. Subscribe, like, and set to auto download, please. Today, Mark's got an international lightning round for us.
In foreign languages.
Exciting. Very exciting. I've got another shocker this time in Ecuador. Pat has a deadly scam. Is that correct, Pat?
Yeah, that's right. You're going to want to hear this one. A woman may or may not have poisoned her husband. You be the judge.
Okay.
I think she
At the
did
direction
it.
of a
I think
so-
she
of a
already.
soap
I'm
opera
going to say
star.
she did it.
Sounds like she did.
it. Let me just
Right.
come forward and say she did it. So,
Forensics the judge there, potentially. Yeah.
mhm.
Case closed.
We don't even need to do the story now.
and Wes has an underground situation going on in Brooklyn, right, Wes? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, the Quran warned us about this, and now it's happening. So we're gonna get into it.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Sounds deep. Hey, get your FAT-A-THON weights in by January 14th in the Hard Factor Discord at patreon.com/Hard Factor. All tier memberships on our Patreon come with 3 years of bonus shows and Discord access to do fun stuff with us like the FAT-A-THON. Lose weight with us. Get ready for Fat Boy Summer. So
Absolutely. And the live chat is buzzing with a lot of let's goes, which leads us to say the first Let's Go podcast is live for the Send in the Car and Gold Medal tiers on patreon.com/Hard Factor. And it was delightful.
Yeah,
delightful.
it was pretty good.
You guys ready for the news?
Mm-hmm.
There's
Let's
an
go.
extra O. There's an extra O on that podcast than any of the other that may exist.
Yeah. It's got way more O's than Tom Brady. Okay, well, fuck
I
it.
didn't
man.
know any existed.
Does he have one?
Living on the edge of a lightning bolt, and I do not apologize for that.
Oh, does he have one? Let's do an international lightning round, like you said. You're not going to believe this, but there's another plane story. This one stinks. Firefly Green Fuels, a company based in Gloucester, England, or the UK, that focuses on SAF, which is sustainable aircraft fuel and environmental stuff, thinks they have come up with an alternative to kerosene or gasoline-based jet fuel. What do you think it is?
That's great, right? Especially for like the carbon people who are,
Yeah.
trying to offset their.
Well,
I like
keep
my
them charity.
jets using jet fuel. To be honest with you.
Is
Yeah.
that
Right.
how you
Also-
like your
yeah.
jets was?
Yeah.
also
That's
depends
what I
on what it is. Like, what if it used live animals instead of like fossil
mean-
fuels?
Good call, Will, but I doubt it will be in the news if it was
Okay.
right hurtful, right? What?
Well, I
mean,
prefaced
what
it
is
with it. This one stinks. You guys got any guesses?
Must be poop.
There it is,
Human
Wes.
shit.
It's human shit. It's shit, guys. Human shit. Shit, fuel, sewage, dookie, crap, crud, fudge dragons, brown snakes, dung, stool, waste, duty, logs, deuces. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about putting your turds in their jets and flying.
Dumps
you
out the
around.
rumps.
Any shits or it has to be humans?
Big shits, Will. Because it's a jet. So,
Yeah, I heard they're kicking off in New Zealand as a test market with the Maoris.
oh yeah, they're going to be flying around the world. That's around the world in
Strongest
80
jets in
days.
the world.
If they're
So-
running out of fuel, do they demand people go back and take shits, and it just feeds right into the fuselage, or
It's
like
a good question. Can you like show up with your own shit and be like, hey, like you eat a bunch of Indian food or Taco Bell, and you're like, I'm paying my way right here with this
Right.
meal.
yeah?
That'd be that's a $35 shit if I were to put a dollar amount on it, ma'am. So
I think I could
what do you,
shit my
what do you
way
say? You
to
take that off the
$50.
ticket.
That shit's gonna get me to Hawaii.
Did everyone
No,
eat?
I mean, shit plane is not safe, right? There's not.
I mean,
This
would
is
you-
Well, but that's a great point, right? It's safer, Will, than another plane because no human has the ability to refuel a plane in midair unless it runs on shit, right?
you're up, Greg.
I mean,
Yeah.
Somebody wake up,
Tag
Fat
him
Greg.
out. There's a coach. You guys are doing great. You guys are like a coxswain, but for taking dumps.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, honey. I know you can shit. Get back here. Don't be bashful.
Instead of asking if there's a doctor on the plane, they're like, "Does anyone work construction?"
Right.
Did anyone eat at the Panda Express?
Anyone ill?
Yeah.
How much shit we talking though? Because it has to be a massive amount. It's not.
I don't know the science. Well, they said their scientists have been taking human shits and turning them into jet fuel. The company takes sewage and sludge from water utilities and separates it into two useful materials through a high pressure reactor process, which must just be brutal. The first one is a biochar, which is used as a fertilizer, which makes sense, fertilizer in the agriculture industry. And the second one, which is biocrude, can be used for jet fuel, they say.
The whole thing's crude, if you ask me.
It is. It's very
It
crude.
really is.
No word yet on if Boeing or anyone else is going to start using craps to fly planes, but we'll see.
If you guys
No.
were to put a dollar amount on the first
Maybe.
billionaire to adopt this, who do you think it's going to be? Like, someone's going to have
Gates.
to come out and take the lead here.
Definitely.
Branson. So,
I can
somebody
see
who's been
Branson.
to Epstein Island. Yeah.
But Bill Gates already tried to spray the sun with like chalk. This seems like a
And he's all
harebrained-
about diarrhea.
and the environment.
It's all about sewage and stuff,
Yeah.
diarrhea.
He's about it.
And
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at Gates's gut. That
He
dude
is,
can
look him up.
crap.
He's like got his own personal gut issue, and he's like, you know what would solve this if I could shit it into jet fuel. Let's
I
get
bet he
behind
shit's
that.
thin.
You think
Just
he
looking
goes,
at him, I think he shit's
so?
thin. I think he's a pencil guy.
but painful. You think
Does he
you
got a
think
tight ass?
you think
Yeah,
it
he's
goes
got a tight
faster?
little ass.
Yeah, tight little butt
Tight
on
Mark,
that.
did they have any odds in the article you read about how likely this is to catch on? It seems so like
I mean,
unlikely.
probably 0%. Well, I just did it because it's a funny title. Anyways, that's
Right.
nutty, right? Here's the mission statement, by the way, from the company
Yeah, well,
Firefly.
Jesus.
It's a corny.
Here's Firefly, the future of SAF. They've got some turds, all over their propellers. Anyways, next one, South Korea.
It's good
What's
Photoshop work, Mark.
Thank you. Next one, more of that to come. South Korea just passed a law banning the dog meat trade in the year 2024.
What are they going to eat?
The slaughter and sale of dogs for their meat is to become illegal in South Korea. So that's good. Well, that is in 2027. You can still probably find some dog for a few years there without too much trouble.
So
Yeah.
they're phasing it out. That's good. I like that. You don't want to just drop that on the population out of nowhere that get pissed off and hungry.
That's true because a lot of people over there like to go to McDonald's. Or if you didn't like that one, a lot of people over
I
there.
didn't see it.
This is not a Photoshop. That was from Midjourney.
Yeah.
A lot of people over there, if they don't go to McDonald's, they go to TGIF. Thank God it's Fido's.
Yeah.
Wolfgang Puck. Yeah.
Looks like a fun place, actually.
Yeah.
PF Chow's.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Chili's.
Chili's. Dog meat stew over there is called bashing tang, and it's considered a delicacy among some older South Koreans, but luckily they're all dying. And the younger South Koreans aren't as insane and have been shunning the practice for a few decades now. So the younger generation's like, Grandma, I don't think we should be eating dog.
I mean, it's weird though. Like, you would imagine if they're having to pass a law where you can't eat dog, it's obviously a part of their culture, right?
It's just
So-
been done
yeah.
for forever, right?
So why now? Why now?
People love dogs.
They like dogs.
I mean,
Pretty
dogs
much
haven't
simple as that,
changed,
right?
though. They've been eating them.
Yeah, but
The
people
same
change,
dog.
Pat. I mean, there was atrocities in
less-
the U.S.
people
and
are less
all other
violent.
countries, and then they eventually evolve, and they're like, "This is a bad idea. We should stop doing this."
Well, I don't know if it's an evolution. It's people aren't used to butchering anymore. No regular person. Like, and the further you get away from that, the less likely it is that it's going to be legal. To
Right.
eat.
Everyone's a pussy. They
I
don't
think it's
want to.
just
They
a
don't
little
want to do the
progressive.
slaughtering of a dog anymore. Right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a little
what are you
progressive.
saying? Kind of.
I don't think
Everyone
it's like,
wants-
it's not enlightenment. It's
No one's
just
got
like
the
No, I
stomach
think it
for it.
is enlightenment. Like, is it like it
That's my point, Will.
It absolutely
Why?
is progression. It's
Yeah.
progressive. Is why because people are like sick of eating dog. The younger generation.
The
And
old
it's
people
because-
say it's
better access to
regressive.
food where they don't have to eat dogs, right?
no, it's not because they can't butcher. It's because they don't want to eat dogs. The younger
They don't know. They don't have
generation's
the
like,
stomach for it.
yeah, the younger generation's like, you're disgusting. Stop eating dogs, grandma and grandpa.
I guarantee you, in 2028 and beyond, there's gonna be people just be like, "Yeah, I'm hungover, but I can't do anything about it," because they outlawed dog. I'll tell you what would really
Right.
treat a hangover is a bowl of dog soup.
that shit
I'm
was
gonna get my
that's
grandma in the kitchen cooking up some dog soup.
Knock that cold right out. Used to. Currently, the Korea Times.
What's this, hun? Is this Rottweiler? Thanks, Graham.
Yeah, it's chunky. Currently, the Korea Times says, based on government data, there are 1,156 registered dog farms in South Korea and 1666. That's a bad number. Restaurants that sell dog meat each year, but some claim it's probably triple that. That's just what they're reporting. Special shout out in this story to intern Joey's new girl puppy, Aria, who just got her forever home with Joey in Nevada.
Oh, that's cute. Don't take her to an underground food market in Korea now, because then.
Did you say dog farms?
Dog farms.
Yeah.
They raise
breeders,
like pig farms.
Like pig farms. Yeah, chickens, like dog farms. Like they kill them and they serve them at restaurants. Anyways, she's so cute. You can smell the puppy breath on her. I just want to eat her up, but not literally. You know, you don't want to hear that from like an 80-year-old South Korean saying, "I just want to eat her up." You know,
do you think South Koreans are gonna like thumb their noses at Chinese now? Because the Chinese they can still eat dogs, and now South Koreans they're like, no, we're evolved.
I don't think anyone should be thumbing their nose for eating.
They've been
dog.
doing that for years, Will.
Well, that's probably what it's about, honestly. But yeah, you're right. Someone might be like, "Oh, he dirty. He smell. He got to get bath. Very hot bath."
That's what eat your hut. Do you really want to eat her?
Make water hotter.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right, that's
gonna
terrible.
get super hot.
Yeah, that's terrible. All right, last one, and this is
Oh no, he boiled.
Yeah. Oh, it's a cute dog. Last one. This is
Boil
a scratcher for me.
Let's boil this cute dog.
He looks better. He looks cute, but he could be boiled.
Yeah, we could boil him though.
God damn it. God damn it. Let's try to move on.
Great cooking videos though out of Asia, you got to say. I mean, regardless of your thoughts on this whole subject.
Asian food's the best.
They got lots of dog at farm.
Delicious dog.
Why you not boil him yet?
No, I just give him bath.
Last one. Fuck. Last one. And this is a head scratcher for me. Maybe you guys can make heads and tails of it. The Pope, you know, His Holiness, the actual Pope, Pope Francis with the hat and the mobile.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
That's him.
Pope.
That's him.
He's been fairly progressive. He's a stop eating dog type fella in his reign, I'd say. You know, he's like, I don't hate the gays, you know, stuff like that. But he just came out this week.
Tolerates him.
Right. And he said that he
barely was.
Barely, yeah.
Well, look. Look,
as long as they're there at 7 a.m. before the church opens, I'll wave my hand at him.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's been fairly progressive. But he came out this week on Monday in a speech and said that he wants a global ban on surrogacy, saying that surrogacy is deplorable and based on exploitation. He said, quote, I deem deplorable the practice of so-called surrogate motherhood, which represents a grave violation of the dignity of the woman and the child based on the exploitation of situations of the mother's material needs. A child is always a gift and never the basis of a commercial contract.
So, Mark, right afterwards, did he put up a big poster of Paris Hilton's kid?
No, she
with the big head
surrogate.
Yeah.
Did Paris Hilton surrogate?
Oh, why the head's so weird.
Yeah. Well, no, but what happened, Will, is a few thousand priests took to Twitter to say that they were okay with kids with a confusing parental history being around. You know, where's their parents? Well, fuck them.
Oh, I see.
Seriously though, what's up with that? Like people that can't have kids, and like you know, gay couples again who he tolerates. That why can't they use surrogates? Seems like surrogacy can be a good thing when used. And those
is this like a long-term thing of his, or is this out of left field? Because it feels like it's like kind of off-brand, right?
So that's what I did a little research because I was shocked by the headline, and I guess first of all, he doesn't like Friends. The storyline with Phoebe carrying her brother's child made him spit up his dog stew. Apparently, it's been illegal in Italy and several other like Catholic countries for a while, and the Catholics aren't big on surrogacy.
Right. It's not about the gays. They don't care if you're shooting your jizz into the void. It's that every religion wants as many people in the religion as possible, right? Like
but if you can't have kids, wouldn't it be more kids if like one person shared a...
No, right. He thinks it's an attack on gay people who can't naturally have children.
He claims it's about...
No, they just don't want people not... Catholics want you fucking and jizzing no Connie and having 12 kids. That's what they want.
Having your own kids. apparently.
Right.
And surrogacy is not part
So
of
if
that.
you can't
plan.
have kids, you just go to
But-
hell and stuff.
But a side effect is an attack on the gay people.
I think he keeps mentioning commercials. So this is the one situation which I totally would agree with. I think what he's saying is like when you do, it opens up to like children trafficking. You have like a Russian pimp with like 20 women that they just get pregnant and sell to like rich Americans.
Like black
Like-
surrogacy market.
Yeah, but that's going to exist no matter what. Is the thing is like I can see how the black market of surrogacy is a bad thing, of course.
It sounds
but-
like he's just against it. He's against the idea of surrogacy.
Right. So that's it. That's the international update. The Pope hates surrogacy. South Koreans finally hate eating dogs, and a UK company is trying to fly their planes from your shit.
Fantastic.
Wow.
A lot going on over there.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Globe.
And you can also there's a lot going on if you use ShipStation. A new year is a great time to grow your business, but if you're stuck in the trenches of daily tasks like managing order fulfillment, you're not able to focus on what really matters, increasing sales. ShipStation can help increase your profitability by automating your workflow and keeping costs down with industry-leading discounts. No matter where you sell or how you ship, your business can grow with ShipStation. We here at Hard Factor use ShipStation all the time to save our small business money with shipping. And with the free trial and quick setup, why would you not give ShipStation a try? It's awesome.
You wouldn't. It's the best.
It is easily automate shipping tasks and manage orders in one simple dashboard. The order details page lets you quickly and easily update crucial order information and reduce errors. Effortless integration everywhere you sell online, including Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, and more. It's awesome. The most affordable way to ship everything you sell online. Industry-leading discounted rates from USPS, UPS, DHL, and Global Post with discounts up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. No joke about that. Make this year your most profitable one yet with ShipStation. Use promo code HARDFACTOR today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 30-day trial and join over 130,000 companies that have been using them. That's ShipStation.com, promo code HARDFACTOR. The link is in our show description. Get a 30-day free trial this is for Pat, www.shipstation.com/hardfactor. You don't need anything before that. Thanks to ShipStation for sponsoring the show.
It's Big Willie that told me it takes longer to say www than World Wide Web. It's crazy.
It's true. That's a weird one. More syllables.
How you not boil dog?
Yeah,
It's
she
so
wants to
dirty.
know.
Why he
It's a
alive?
dirty dog.
It takes so long to say.
Why he jumping on me?
Pot.
Jumping
Should put him in
pot.
pot.
You guys want to learn what's going on in Ecuador next?
Sure.
Making me hungry.
Because shit is going down.
Yeah,
the
dude. Yes,
video-
this Ecuador story is crazy. Yeah, hell yeah, I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen the video, I'm sure you've seen like it kind of circulating. Anyways, what I'm about to show you, it's in Spanish, so we can just talk over it, but it gives you an idea of what's happening in Ecuador right now. An Ecuadorian TV station was taken hostage by armed and supposed like gang and cartel members here. Okay, and so like they actually stayed on air for 15 minutes before the feed was
Shotgun
cut.
to the neck.
Holy shit! One-handed shotgun to the neck.
Well, yeah, the gang it just it's got all
Finger on
the
the trigger.
station. They're all armed. They've got all the station employees like on the ground. It's a hostage situation.
That
He's
kid's
got
got a bomb.
dynamite.
Yeah, that's dynamite.
Yeah, they were threatening
He's
to blow
lighting
up
a
the
lighter
station.
next to the wick.
It looks fake though, right? Is it?
That grenade
It looks very
real.
fake. Yeah.
Yeah. The guns are real.
What did they want, Will?
Well, right. It's like cartel and gang members, right?
Play my
and this
mixtape.
Put the
happened-
dynamite in his pocket, in the newscaster's pocket.
This mixtape is dynamite.
Yeah, play my
Right.
mixtape. We're gonna blow everyone up.
The dynamite may be real, maybe not. I mean, they were threatening to blow up the station. They just had everybody held like hostage at gunpoint, basically. And that was in the town of Guayaquil. I have no idea how to say that.
That sounds right.
Yeah, Eric, let me know how I'm doing with the Spanish words. And so like I said, they were on the feed for like 15 minutes before it got cut. The invaders obviously had guns. They said that dynamite was real. They said that they were going to blow up the entire station. They didn't in the end. There's also tons of other videos circulating the internet right now from Ecuador, claiming to be current as of this week of like cars exploding, like in the capital city, prison guards being taken hostage and captive by gang members. And the word is that Ecuador may be like inching towards martial law, following all this domestic terrorism that's been happening since Sunday.
Did they want to read the news, or did they have like a message for the people? Like, were they like, "Well, it's our turn to read the news"? Like, what were they doing?
You
Oh, no,
always
like
do
it's-
too much.
It's just gang violence. It's all cartel related gang violence. And here's the timeline of events. It all started during and after the leader of the Los Choneros gang, Adolfo Fido Macias, escaped prison on Sunday while he was being transferred from a low security.
That guy was
to a
leading
high.
something, Will?
Yeah. No, he's the like the kingpin, Fido, right there.
I believe
He
it.
looks homeless.
He looks like if you were going to cast like
Sancho's face.
a gangster, he looks like a gangster.
Looks
Yeah.
intimidating to me.
Yeah, that's like Ecuador's like top gangster right there. He's the head of the Los Choneros gang, and he escaped prison on Sunday when he was being transferred. So like always happens. By Monday, Ecuador's president Daniel Noboa had already declared that the prison escape and string of cartel violence was a state of emergency and a quote unquote international armed conflict. So
Who looks tougher, Pat? Danielle or
Yeah.
or Fido?
Fido
And Daniel's a
Noboa.
man, but he is
Fido or
Very
Noboa.
he should
feminine
be
man.
called. He's not a Daniel. I'll put it up when you put
It's a nice
Fido's
sash he's
picture
got
up.
on.
We're gonna get him. Where's
Fido-
my sash? I need to address the people.
Fido has a beard that leads you to believe that he needs 2 fully charged razors to trim his pubes. I mean, like this man
Oh man.
is hairy as, and he's got a body that just says all I do is whatever I want.
Oh yeah.
Is what his body says to you.
It says indulgence. Yeah.
He's the leader of a gang. Yeah.
He's got ass hair, bro.
Oh, that guy's got ass fro, bro.
And he's not dealing with it. You have to deal with his ass hair. That's how Fido rolls. And so yeah, that's why
I'm like hairless Danielle. who has Absolutely
when he's
no
just-
body hair.
When he sits down, it looks like he's floating.
right. So Fido, being the intimidating gangster that he is, he escapes prison on Sunday. That's why Noboa, new president Noboa, has to declare a state of emergency by Monday, and he calls it an international armed conflict. And then Ecuadorian police, they tweeted that they already have the studio situation in the town of Guayaquil handled. They say that they've apprehended everybody and that like the studio is, I guess, under their control, but they're going to have their hands full unless they catch Fido, because Fido is still out there.
That sucks. Eric said in the chat that Ecuador's homicide rate soared by 500% in 2022. It's like it's been bad there for I guess a year or so.
Right. And I guess Ecuador is blaming a lot of the Mexican cartel, saying that it's like an extension of all that gang violence that's going down there into Ecuador. Not good either way. I mean, it's really bad
That
violence.
sucks.
Yeah.
Would you guys is there something pleasurable about being in the position where you're so powerful or so feared that if something happens to you that like El Chapo, right? Like when they took his kid, all the gangs like fucking went nuts. Like, would that kind of be sick? Would you like that? That kind of be sick, right? Like they arrest you and then you know that
It's
someone's
a lot
gonna
of
take over the
power,
news.
but
yeah,
but
so
it's
much power.
I mean, it's
But-
it's like Tony Montana life.
But he's
You're gonna-
done atrocities to families. I mean,
You want like
He
a
does-
bunch
he's
of,
trying to get
you
that
want
power.
you want a bunch of people to die if like something bad happens to you?
He's in prison for murder and multiple murders, like tons of murders. Fido is. I wasn't. I mean, he looks like a gangster because he is a gangster.
You mean, Pat? Do I want endless coke and whores brought to me at all times? Sure.
Wes
Yeah.
is getting what I'm putting down.
Yeah.
You willing to kill for it, Wes? You willing to kill for it, Fido style?
Yeah, you can stop the violence. Just bring the whores and drugs.
Yeah.
Right. You got to do a lot to get the unlimited whores and drugs. Noboa just took office in November. He's already got his hands full with Fido's escape. And speaking of politics, Jake Paul has joined Vivek Ramaswamy's presidential campaign on TikTok.
Come on.
For some reason. So,
Come on,
there you go.
dude. I watched a video of him doing a speech. That guy is such a putz. He's one of the biggest putzes on the fucking planet, Vivek Ramaswamy.
Mhm.
And now
Well,
he's got a Paul.
I thought you
on
were
his
talking about
side.
Paul.
No,
They're both
Paul's a genius compared to Vivek.
they're both very aggressive and very online. So if you didn't like that about either of them, too bad, because they've teamed up. So
At least now they're in the same place, so you can avoid.
TikTok,
Right.
yeah. I mean,
Rather than post together than separate.
There you go. Am I going 3? I'm in 3 spot here.
Go for
I don't know what
Wes,
the order is. You guys just seize the moment.
All right, I'm gonna seize. All right, let's go to Massachusetts, guys. I hate it when someone who is a senior, right, gets scammed, and it's just sad.
This isn't
right?
dog.
Right. Is it cat? Yeah. Well, no, like our parents are at that age, right, where you start to you see them and they're a little older, and like when you see someone who's your parents' age getting scammed, it just it breaks my heart, man. It breaks. My heart.
It happens all the time.
That's
There's
the
a
best
special
person
place-
to scam, though, Pat.
I know they're so easy.
Yeah.
They're elementary when it comes to scamming.
You've got all that money. Yeah, once you get like past like you're in your prime earning years still, but you're also very gullible. It's that like there's like a golden range for it, like anywhere past like 60, 65 on scammable.
Right. That if you're running a scam school, that's where you start your scam students on the olds, and then okay, now you got it. That was easy. Move on down.
You don't want to go glove side. You want to go stick side, which is
That's
old.
stick side for sure.
Yeah.
The old.
Yes.
You don't have to do a triple deke. Let's just put it that way.
No.
Anyway, Roxanne Doucette is a resident of Massachusetts, and she got scammed, guys. She got scammed, and she's now been charged with attempted murder, which is absolutely insane. The local news went to talk to her. Here's Roxanne speaking to the local news to give a little context.
I didn't poison him.
As she stood in the doorway of the house on Ash Street, where she's under investigation for feeding her husband poisoned soup in early December, Roxanne Doucette tearfully denied it.
I've never, ever tried to poison him in any way whatsoever.
Good.
I love him very, very much, and I would never try to kill anyone.
Unless, of course, bold and the beautiful star Thorsten Kaye asked her to kill her husband, then she might be reconsidering it.
Guy's chin is chiseled from Gibraltar,
I mean,
Yeah.
Roxanne's 64 years old. Thorsten is a real hot potato to that
More
age.
like
Kendall, would
Thurston.
you guys agree?
Yeah.
He's
way
out of
the
her
league.
league. Yeah, way
He's
out
out of her league though. Shouldn't she have known this isn't Thurston?
Well, some people just like to go with the fantasy.
Some people just like to go with the fantasy, and she probably hated her husband, and she loved Bold and Beautiful, and somehow Thorsten got her number, and Thorsten and her, they started a texting, okay? And wouldn't you know it, Thorsten got the hots for her, but he made it really clear in their text message exchanges. He said, "You have to get rid of your husband, honey. I need you so much."
Of course.
And Roxanne got back. She said, "Well, I'm going to talk to my friend to see if I can do it without him knowing, and maybe people will just think he's incapable." Yeah, whatever that means. Then Thorsten says, "Please do that." And she says, "Well, I need to do some thinking first before I get rid of my husband." And then about an hour later, she comes back. She did the thinking. She goes, "Okay, I'm making an amazing soup, a special potion. He'll be hungry when he gets back, just enough for him." And
You don't want to poison
that's
yourself.
when
Yeah.
she poisoned her husband. Now, she's denying it, as you heard there. She's saying it was just an old soup, and that's why he got sick. And she also said that she's a great cook. Absolutely. Has she never poisoned her
How
husband?
did the poison end up in his system? I'm guessing.
I don't know. But whoever was impersonating Thorsten Kaye has some splaining to do once they find that guy. Because right now, Roxanne
There is evidence that someone pretending to be Thorsten was messaging
100%.
her.
They haven't found the owner of the burner phone.
They don't know who was doing it. It was a long con. She said,
Somebody who knows her and knows her.
Yeah,
love,
someone that knows she's an
the bold and
idiot and
beautiful.
hated her husband.
Whatever
well,
he is.
after she poisoned her husband, she wrote, "Hubby got back, not feeling well. Maybe I can collect life insurance?" And Thorsten says, "When will that be?" And she says, "I don't know." And then she called 911 because her husband was non-responsive. So they took him to the hospital, and he was tested for opiates, which is like a common poison, antifreeze. Nada. So they're not sure what it was, but their daughter got suspicious, said, "Let me see that phone." And she said, "No, that's how Thorsten contacts me."
Yeah.
And
You're trying to steal Thorsten from me.
yeah, aren't you? Are you hungry for some soup? Where's the dog?
The guy survives, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, barely. He's staying away from her. Obviously,
He's regretting marrying her. Yeah.
He's not gone back to her, and she told
see
me
that
that she's very lonely now. She doesn't have Thorsten or her husband.
This is like that guy that thought he was dating Liv Morgan. Some people just don't Don't use their heads.
It's exciting.
then
What a
bad for
time.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Wes.
Shouldn't you be filming?
The excitement behind that was just too much.
I'd have
Are
your
you kind of
favorite soap star trying to get you to commit murder so you guys can be together. I mean, that's pretty hot.
That's romantic.
It's so hot.
Yeah.
Right, but it's so unbelievable. You'd have to be like delusional for it to even be possible. That's like to Wes's point. It must be somebody who knows she's delusional, right?
Yeah,
Like,
agreed.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it's someone that knows the family and wanted the guy dead. And he's like, look, it's me. You keep sending still images, Thorsten. How could I be sending you these still images?
right? I think Google's search results for Thorsten.
It's probably the daughter.
I mean,
Yeah, it could have been the daughter.
I don't know.
No, well, don't say that.
Ooh,
Don't
whoa.
say that. Don't say that on air.
Look, the police chief in that town went to the news and said, "Hey, I need you guys to stop making any assumptions and just wait for the facts to come out." There might be
Everybody's
more
a
to this story."
suspect. Investigations ongoing.
Could it have been her?
100%, it could have been her. And dude,
Yeah.
she talked to every news station that knocked on her door. She did about 15 interviews.
It could have been.
So-
Oh,
Yeah, it could have been her pretending to be Thorsten the whole time.
trying to frame a fake Thorsten.
Yeah,
I agree. It's a really weird con to come out of nowhere and know
Yeah.
someone likes a certain star and then expect to get paid on a life insurance policy. That's your con. I don't know. That's a long con.
That's great.
Does this end in an insanity plea? Like at the end of this, like because she's
on her way.
yeah.
she's insane for Thorsten. She's nuts for Thorsten.
I guess she gave the guy $8,000. So
Oh, there's a transaction.
Mm.
they're gonna find the guy.
Yeah, they're gonna find him. They're gonna
Yeah,
find
with the bank
Thorsten.
account for sure.
Okay.
All right, let's hop back to religion. We're talking about the Pope earlier. Let's talk about a little bit more religion here. Okay, we've all heard the signs of the end of days according to, let's say, Christianity. You got famine, you got war, you got disease, earthquakes, diminished love of God, breakdown of the family, and of course, ignoring all these signs is a big part of it, right? But each religion has its own end of days predictors, and I believe that one of Islam's greatest predictors is happening right now before our very eyes. Do you guys know the main predictors of the end of days according to the Quran? There's actually 50. There's like some in the past.
50.
Yeah, some in the past,
Wow.
some present, and some future.
It's like our parlay bets on the NFL, right? They're really just spreading them all out there, hoping
We got
one
a lot
will
of
hit, so
yeah.
they look right.
Do all 50 have to hit? Because then that's never going to happen.
Okay,
There's
everyone sit down and listen to the 50
Yeah.
Yeah.
predictors for the
Well, they
end
also-
times to come.
They don't all have to hit,
Revelations. Yeah, if they took
that's
a tip
46.
you make them vague too. If they took a tip from
Right.
the Bible, you don't really have to hit right on. You make it super vague, and then you got
And some of
all
them can
kinds
be
of
metaphors,
predictions.
Will. To your point,
Yeah.
they can even be not like literal.
Yep.
Right. Well, according to religion, the end of days has been coming for thousands of years. So
Still
a
coming,
lot
Wes.
of this stuff has been hitting for a long time.
Still
You
coming,
just need-
Wes.
You just need your predictions to last long enough, as much as possible, right? So like in your ass banging years, you need 20, 30 years of your predictions to last. And then after that, you're cool.
Yeah. So here's some from the Quran. And they share some with Christianity, such as earthquakes, the breakdown of the family. The canonized Hadith had this to say about prevailing mortal conditions on earth. It says, from among the portents, which are signs of calamity or of the hour, are the following: religious knowledge will be taken away by the death of religious learned men. Religious ignorance will prevail. Drinking of alcoholic drinks will be very common, which we see all the time. There will be a prevalence of open, illegal sexual intercourse. Women will increase in number and men will decrease in number so much that 50 women will be looked after by one man. I don't know how that's an end of days prediction. Sounds like the best of days prediction.
Yeah,
But-
isn't that kind of some of these guys' MO?
Yeah.
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 This one's okay.
When is 47 coming?
I mean, I hate it, but I have no
on.
choice,
It's going to get good before it gets really bad.
right?
Darkest before the dawn.
Yeah.
They've got to lose a lot of converts when they get to that line right there. Like,
Yeah.
this is a bad thing
It's like-
according to this book.
Yeah, that's like the lady, like, give her 2 margaritas. They all start cheering when they hear that one.
Yeah, exactly.
she's-
I gotta think about this.
I'm going to have to take another one. I don't want to, but because you know what that means. But
And
she's
finally,
15.
finally, and probably most telling, it says, quote, "And Jews will rise from beneath the ground and swarm the streets." And that is exactly what is happening in New York City right now.
They're always looking for that one.
Yeah, check out this video.
Just looking down.
They're constantly
Check
looking
out
for
this
that
video of a Jew literally emerging from the ground
one. Whoa.
and then running into the street. That's a Hasidic Jew. Look at him come out from under the ground, and then he's off. He's into the streets. This is a nightmare for all Palestinians.
Whoa.
Yeah, see that? See what happened?
Okay.
Crazy.
All right, so
Yeah.
are you sure? Is that
Okay,
is that person
it's in video, let's
is that
It's
person
the end of days.
And he pops
Hasidic
out of
specifically, or
like a storm drain
Mhm.
right next to a building
Mhm.
in Brooklyn, and then he's running onto the street right after that.
Yeah, it's right there in the Quran.
Oh man, that's bad news.
so if you don't know that there's a very conservative sect of Judaism, right? Hasidim, right? Or, which I'm not super familiar with. It is an Orthodox version, or correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a very like hardcore, super conservative religious group that's extremely exclusionary and insular, specifically in Brooklyn. Like, for example, they have their own ambulances.
Right.
If you stop in a certain neighborhood in Brooklyn, a guy might get in the car with you because it's like, oh, this is my brother stopping. I'm going to get a ride with him. They
Absolutely
keep it
no
very tight.
electronics on Saturday.
A lot of people observe Shabbos, but like this is a very specific.
Yeah, but they have awesome music, Modest Yahoo. You know,
True.
And within that sect, Pat, are absolute nut jobs like the ones I'm going to talk about now. So of course I'm kidding about the end of days and all that. But what has happened in New York is that a tunnel was discovered underneath a very the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. And neighbors in, I guess, late 2023, who are already very paranoid about what all those Hasidic Jews were up to next door, started hearing banging and lots of noise coming from the synagogue. And I guess underneath them, so that's when the member of this, because members of the synagogue, which according to this Rolling Stone article I read to understand everything, caters to adherents of the insular Orthodox Jewish movement, and they were building a tunnel. So.
This better not be the Jews making the noise beneath us.
Yeah.
well, if
Oh
you're
no, it's
that
just a loud
religious-
pipe.
Yeah,
Good.
it
I'll
makes
take another
sense,
one.
though. If you're that religious, you're gonna hide from the sins of the crust of the earth.
So
underneath the terrain.
so what it is there's this group there's
Can't
these
see me under the ground.
there's a smaller sect in there that believed that this rabbi, hang on, what's his name? Rabbi,
Johnson.
no, Rabbi Menachem Shearson was the Messiah, and
You
here
could have
he
said
is.
anything because you
Yeah.
butchered
I was
that.
close.
Exactly. Here he is. So he died, I guess, in like the 50s, and some people from this group, a smaller sect of it, believed he was the Messiah, and the larger group was like, no, you guys are nuts. We don't want you in our synagogue anymore.
This
So-
is like Rastafarianism with Haile Selassie, right? Like
it's like
This always
Mormonism
happens
with
where
the-
someone in a religion says that they're God, and then
Yeah.
I'm trust me, it's to
somebody's
clap
the second
ass.
coming. Right.
It's for them to
The
clap
new
more
prophet.
ass, almost
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
Right.
This
So-
is gonna work.
So
Yeah.
this sect they believed that this synagogue was like the holy place for this Messiah. The other people, the more dominant people in this synagogue were like, you guys are nuts. We don't think he's the Messiah. So I guess they kind of banned them. And so in order to gain access illegally to this place of worship, to I guess worship the Messiah or gain control of it, they built a tunnel into the synagogue. And then police found out about it. And they came to basically pour cement in it because it was structurally, damaging the integrity of all the buildings around it, because you can't have just a fucking tunnel underneath buildings. And then a riot broke out, as you'll see in this video. So they're just pulling Jews from behind the curtains. Pull these guys out of the tunnel. Yeah.
They're
Oh, they're
mad,
fighting.
bro.
And then now they're mad. They showed up and they're like, you can't fill in our tunnel.
It's a sacred tunnel. It's
Yeah.
a sacred tunnel.
How else are we
Then
going to
it's
get
like-
into the synagogue?
We're flipping
Throwing
benches.
pews, yeah.
Oh, their wives are gonna get beat tonight.
So They're like it's like a little bit of a J6 vibe in there, you know.
Here's
Yeah,
the tunnel.
Looked like a punk, like a ska or punk concert. The guy had like a bunch of chains.
It is kind of a similar outfit.
Yeah,
It's like a rude boy.
Yeah, it looked like rude boys at a concert, like getting a mosh pit.
Yeah. So it's like a 50-foot tunnel. Here it is. A lot of like anti-Semitism was going on online, of course. You know,
Yeah, this is not great for anti-Semitism. That is a shit-built tunnel, bro.
Well, here's the real tunnel.
It needed to be effective, Pat.
They're not
It didn't have
carpenters,
well
Pat.
built.
Yeah.
Here's the actual real tunnel that they built, and it's pretty impressive. It took them a year to do. Yeah. And it goes right into the synagogue, which they're trying to have access to because they're crazy, and they believe this guy was the Messiah.
Wes, the article I read, I didn't do nearly as much research as you because I didn't do the story, but the article I read was like the tunnel is leading to a specific
women's bath.
A women's bath.
Yeah.
And I was like thinking like they were like doing like a the Bill Murray like screwballs or whatever, like meatballs. They were like trying to peep in the women's bathhouse.
No.
You look down to take a piss. There's just an eyeball at the bottom of the toilet.
No, it's just because this one group of religious freaks thought this one guy was the Messiah, and they didn't have access to the synagogue anymore because they were basically shunned or banned, and this is the way.
And now is a women's fucking thing. That's got to piss them off too, probably.
Well, they treat their women real terrible. That specific group of people. That very specific group of people.
Most extremely religious. Like you could go with a lot of religions. The super extremes usually treat the women like fucking cook my food, you dumb bitch. Like
100%.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
You're a snake. Yeah.
A lot of religion is based on the superiority of
Right.
man over woman. I
Right.
mean, that's just a scientific fact about those books, you know. So
well, when you have the ability to clap all that ass, well, it's hard to sometimes say no. It's like I could say I'm the Messiah and take 4 more wives.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, I mean things have changed. I'm surprised. I'm shocked, frankly, that line was in there. It would turn me off immediately. I couldn't go through with it. So.
Yeah.
So not the end of days, just some silly Jews with shovels and too much time on their hands, and that's the show for today.
That'll be the title of the show: "Silly Jews with Shovels in Their Hands."
Yeah, there you go. Again, we got some new content on patreon.com/hardfactor. The first Let's Go podcast dropped for the Send in the Car tier. Gives out some sports bets, talk about some sports, some hilarious sports stories, and so far, everyone's
the latest
enjoying.
on Pippen. You want the latest on Pippen?
And his hog, yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
But that's the end of days. Pippen at the Bass Pro Shop naked.
Yeah.
That's a rapture.
They need to add that one, and they need to take the other one out and add that one in.
Pippin's hog.
Pippen in a Bass Pro
Pippen
pond.
will be walking the streets naked. That's the end of days.
Yeah. But that's it for the show today. We love you, and we hope you have a great fucking day.